Rhodomel, did a year's worth of aging do any good for this beverage?
Now, a Rhodomel is a rose mead. Okay, that means rose and honey. Now, this is also one of those that has the dreaded lime leaves in it, which are Rangpur lime leaves, not what we thought they were before. Still, not a great ingredient in this. We didn't like this before. I'll just be honest with you. So this might be an interesting video.
But as we've experienced in the past, things do change over time.
Oh, yeah.
So there's a possibility that this might be better than what it was.
It is entirely within the realm of possibility. This is a 12.3% mead, and I'm just going to pop it open and let me pour her some. It's got a really pretty color. I do like the color. It's a little bit rosy. It's a little bit meaty. It's looks nice. But what you really want, we know what you want. As always, the first thing that we want to look at is the color, which we started to talk about. It actually has a really nice mead color. It looks kind of like a whiskey, which, you know, a nice deep mead can look like that.
Because it has the red notes from the rose petals themselves added to the typical amber color of mead. So it's a really pretty color.
Yep. Next is the bouquet. Get it? Rose, bouquet. Yeah, sorry. The jokes aren't going to get any better.
It's certainly more rose than what it was before.
Yes, I do definitely get the lime leaves though.
Yep.
And that is my concern with this one. There was one that worked with the lime leaves. Don't ask me why I did it. They were in the backyard. They were growing. Somebody told me that they were good to put into teas and stuff like that. I thought, hey, let's use them for tannins and extra flavor in mead. Yeah, I've regretted it ever since, okay? I'll just admit that right now. It was a bad idea.
But I'm very pleased that I am definitely getting the rose.
I get some rose. Yeah. It smells a lot better than it did before. Because this has been sitting in the house, and this is one of those that I go, can we give this one away? Can we just get rid of it?
I don't honestly remember how we reviewed it because we didn't go back and look to see what our final tasting notes
No, we don't do
were.
that on purpose. That way we don't have a predisposed idea of what we thought before.
Right. But we both had a remembrance that it was not our favorite beverage.
No, we did it also before we put numbers on things, so we didn't give this a number. But in my head, it was like a 2. Just saying. All right, so I'm ready for a short sip. It has drastically improved.
Yes. If the short sip is any indication,
The rose comes through.
I'm thinking we're both wearing the wrong t-shirts. We should be wearing the Time Heals All Brewed t-shirts.
Yeah. I don't know. This is one of Derica's new ones. This is actually for the H&H channel, but you get it? You get it? But anyway. On the short sip, it was quite pleasant. The flowery notes are coming through.
Yeah.
The lime isn't hurting it as much. I think the lime has actually subsided significantly.
Yeah.
It's not nearly
It's
as
still
strong.
there.
Yep. It adds a little
just,
tang.
It gives it a little crispness, a little pop.
Yeah. All right. So the short sip is to acclimate your palate. This is 12.3% alcohol. And just to get used to the flavors in it. And the long sip is so that you can actually explore it and get different flavors out of it.
It's really interesting. It is definitely a beverage that I would put more into the experience category. Where if you're looking for
I see
different experience.
Yeah, it's unique. That's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah. But I'm thinking the lime is still hurting it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is initially when I get it in my mouth. And now there's the thing about floral liqueurs. I happen to really like them. Brian, not so much. So the initial feeling that I get from drinking this is that it was reminding me of a floral liqueur because they have that thick, viscous, almost syrupy kind of texture to them. And I'm getting a little bit of that because it's similar to the texture of mead. But then the lime is affecting my tongue,
Yeah.
making it
Almost tingly.
Yeah. And that's competing with that that velvety feeling. And so
it's discordant.
Yeah. So even though flavor-wise and aroma-wise, it's not really bothering me, it's more the tactile sensation that bothers me.
Yeah, I think the rose would have been fine, or the lime would have been fine. Like a lime mead would have actually been okay. I can't believe I'm saying that, but together, I don't think they work. Yeah. And that's just, hey, you know what? Not every flavor combo you try works. However, this is way better than I thought it was going to be. It's actually drinkable now. I don't know that I'd want to drink too much in one sitting. And I mean, like, okay, let's talk about pairings and things like that. I would not want to cook with this. I can't imagine any dish that this would improve to put in it.
Well, you could use it to like flavor confection type things. Like I'm thinking about like the little Petit-Four cakes.
If you say so. I can't imagine any confection that this is going to make it taste better.
Okay.
Just opinion.
Fair enough.
You know, we each have our own opinions. As far as putting it into food, I probably wouldn't do it. Drinking it with food, it's a little unique for that. I don't know that I really could. Though you could do it with like really spicy food. It might not be bad because it does have almost that little bit of thing. So like certain Thai foods or some Korean foods it might work well with. It could actually go with barbecue even. Just something about it seems to go well with something sweet. It has a sweetness, but it's not overly sweet tasting. But this is a drinker on its own. This is the kind of thing that you put it in a glass. Now we're drinking it at room temperature because that's how we do our tastings. Cold, it might actually even be slightly more palatable. And I don't mean that it's not palatable, but it might be more approachable, a little nicer. I am actually going to go back for a second. So that tells you guys this isn't that bad. I know I'm selling it so strong, right? We're just being honest.
Okay, full transparency, Brian's like, we should just find all the Rhodomels and dump them down the sink.
Yep.
And I'm like, what?
I want the bottles back.
Because
I want the Rhodomel.
I knew that there was potential with time. And I think this shows that, yes, there is definitely potential with time.
Okay, this improved, but I don't think it improved enough to make it good.
But there's another thing that we could do to this related to a more recent experiment that we could oak this. And it might smooth out that harshness we're getting from the lime.
Or it might waste a piece of wood.
Yeah.
I'll have to think about that. That's where I'm at with this. That kind of tells you where I'm going here, guys. Not my favorite.
Yeah.
It is way better than I remember. I will say that. It's not saying much, though.
All right. Are you ready for numbers?
Yep. I'm debating between two.
Okay.
Are you ready? Yeah. Actually, now I'm debating between three. No. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm ready. All right, you ready to give a number?
Sure.
1, 2, 3, 4.5.
5.
We tied. Now, I was debating between 4 and 5. The reason being, 4 to me says, I don't actually like this, and I probably wouldn't reach for it. It's not disgusting, but I probably it's not my thing. 5 means I like it and I would drink it. So 4.5 is somewhere between those two. It's not quite one that I would go, oh yeah, I'll have some of that. But if there was none else in the house and I just wanted to have some mead, I might try this one again.
The reason why I gave it a 4.5 is because there are some things about it that still don't thrill me, but I am seeing potential in there. And some things, when you go below the 5 on our scale, it's like, do we even want to bother revisiting this?
We almost didn't do this tasting.
This one, I think, definitely shows
glad we did
some merit, and that we probably will revisit the Rhodomel.
If I said this was a 2 before, going to a 4.5, that's a huge jump. Because 2 is basically like, nope, don't want it. It's safe to drink, but it ain't good. Remember, 1 is possibly toxic.
Yeah.
So 2 is just above possibly toxic. Whereas 4.5, reasonable. I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there that's watching this right now that's been drinking this for a year going, what the heck are you guys talking about? That is my favorite brew you guys have ever...
And that is fine. Awesome if that's your situation.
And I really hope there is somebody that says that. I really do.
Everybody's palate is different. Everybody's memories are different. Everybody's experience is different. And that's what makes this hobby so exciting, is that you can share a bottle with your friends and talk about it. You can intellectualize it. And it'll lead you down paths you didn't think that just a simple beverage could lead you down.
Yeah. But overall, there's complexity here without good complexity. What I mean by that is there's a lot of flavors going on, but they don't meld well.
Yeah.
So the lime leaves are giving, I mean, I almost get like a little bit of a licorice flavor from them.
Right. And this is another thing. We both don't like licorice.
Yeah.
So
and licorice and rose together just isn't a good combination to me. The rose is not coming through enough. I don't really get it. I get the honey character, surprisingly enough. I actually get honey on this, but it's not, they're not playing well together. It's not a team player mead, you might say. That's the easiest way to say it. But overall, big improvement from what it was. And I'm not just trying to save face here. I'm being totally honest. Big improvement over what it was. And I'm glad you didn't let me dump it.
Yeah, I am... At this stage, I'm like, if we just left the lime out, I think this would actually be really nice.
It would have been good. And we just might do that. Maybe we'll make a Rhodomel again, just something super simple and, no extras, no nothing. But hey, guys, thanks for watching. And if you like this video, look up. You might like that one too.